Okay, we're live on Winephabet Street, and we're having a little technical issues here tonight. So I'm waiting for Lori to join us, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. Oh, wait, here comes Lori. Here she comes. I don't know, the internet gods must not be with us tonight. Are you there?
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Bizarre. Yeah,
you can hear me. Okay.
I didn't hear Elmo, and after that, you couldn't hear me, and I couldn't hear you.
No, and we lost our person. I don't know who it was, but there was somebody on.
I said that we were having technical issues.
Okay.
So hopefully,
we're live now. We're live.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Okay. Hi.
So, do you want to start again? Try and do the
Elmo
video again?
Yeah, let's try.
Just like start and just like.
Let's try.
It's, it happens.
All right, let's try.
Well, that's what happens on live TV.
I tell you, yes. I don't know.
I could hear it faintly, which is a shame, but
yeah,
that happens.
It is.
So
it is what it is. That's what life is all about.
And that's okay.
Yes. So anyway, welcome. Happy Monday. And,
if it wasn't Monday the 16th, I would say it was Friday the 13th.
That is true. It's been a long day.
But did you have a nice trip to Bordeaux?
I did. I had a phenomenal trip to Bordeaux. It was a once in a lifetime experience. I think that anybody can go to Bordeaux and it's an amazing experience, but to be privy to the behind the scenes, to go to all the chateaus, to taste the wines I tasted, to have lunch with 3 of the Rothschilds, to sit down and taste a decade by decade vertical starting in the 50s at Kabinett Jacobin and Saint Emilion is unbelievable. And then if that wasn't enough, Xavier pulled out a 49 for us to taste, and it's ruined my palate for like every other wine on the face of the earth. To taste a 53 and a 49 that are so alive and so fresh,
that's amazing.
It is amazing. I have to kind of chill a bit before I can write because my brain is still on sensory overload. Like it's like I can't believe I experienced this. I can't believe this happened. So if I try to sit down and write, it's not going to happen because it's going to be, ooh, squirrel,
digest it.
Yeah. It was incredible. And again, I have to thank Millésima for sponsoring, and Claire Mion, the chateau that sponsored us to be there. It was incredible. And Fabian and Amanda and Ruben and Ryan and Kelly, we had so much laughs together. We had a blast, and they made it an even better experience because I was experiencing it with them. So it was incredible. There will be lots and lots of writing, and there were, I think, lots and lots of social media. I think I was posting on Instagram mostly for it, Twitter here or there, but mostly on Instagram.
Yeah, I was watching your stories.
So it just incredible. And I need to, I told Mike, I said, I wish we didn't spend the week in Paris. I wish we spent the week in Bordeaux because it was so beautiful. But then again, I don't really know what real Bordeaux is because I saw so much behind the scenes that just.
You saw the real Bordeaux.
I did, but if I went with Mike, that's not what I would see. Although they were all wonderful, and they're like, if you come back, just shoot us an email and let us know. We'll arrange things. So we'll see. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was, ear to ear, grin. It was
That's wonderful.
Definitely an experience of a lifetime. And I tried to do them justice in the photos. I tried to do them justice in what I was saying. But me, who really doesn't shut up and really doesn't have a lack of words, was speechless quite often there. I just kept, pretty much all I kept saying is, "Oh my God, this is awesome. This is awesome."
But like I said, you have to digest it all, and then all of a sudden the words will flow about the experience.
Yeah. I think I took 600 photos in Bordeaux and then something like 400 in Paris. So Google Photos was big time uploaded. But I'll be posting out more photos on Instagram, and then the stories will start to come out. I'll start writing eventually, but I need to. 2 weeks away really puts you back. As wonderful as it is there. 2 weeks away
I know.
Really puts you back.
I had a whirlwind month myself.
I saw Nashville. Yeehaw!
Yeah, had the restaurant opening, and then I went to Nashville for the weekend. I wasn't a big fan of Nashville. I was really kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
I
went with my friend. Remember? Went with her last year or the year before, and
it wasn't my scene.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the bar. It wasn't
my scene to listen to the country music. I mean, I like music. It wasn't my scene because it was one grungy bar against another.
Oh yeah, we did. We went to a lot of the karaoke bars, so we were hearing people singing, and I was having a good time. And I'm not gonna lie, people bought me a lot of free drinks, so I was happy.
Well, that's good. I found drinks very expensive. You paid $10 for a drink in a paper cup, or $10 for a beer. And the bands that were playing in the bars, they don't get paid, so they're panhandling you for money.
Right.
No, I mean, but I will say that the place that we stayed, the Union Station, was beautiful. It was a little bit outside. It was between the Gulch and like in town, and it was an old train station, Amtrak train station. They made into
very cool.
It was way cool. That was like my highlight. And I probably could have done it in 2 days and not 3. But
yeah, we flew out on a Thursday night and came back on a Sunday.
Yeah, we could have came back Saturday. We could have saw it all. Yeah. But then I had the restaurant opening at the end of March. So
I know.
That went phenomenally well. I mean, I couldn't have asked. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it's my first venture into the restaurant business.
Right.
And we've been so well received, and I'm so fortunate. Everybody has just given us such a warm welcome, and we're really lucky. And I'm hoping it's going to be a success.
I'm sure it's going to be, because
so now it's like I won't get another break until my wine competition. So
yeah, I need that date.
Oh, it's a Saturday after Memorial or after Labor Day.
Okay.
Saturday after Labor Day. Yeah. I would have sent out the email today, but I got tied up with something else. So
I haven't even looked at email today, except for the email to get me onto this. So
anyway, I think we should get going.
Yes. Here we go. So I think we can skip our introductions of ourselves. I think that was enough.
I think we should say, I'm Debbie Giaquindo.
Okay. Lori Budd. So,
and this is Winephabet Street.
It is
And
Winephabet Street.
today we are talking about Kabinett. We're
Yes, we
kind of venturing, we had a hard time with K, what grape varietals with K and stuff. So we kind of chose Kabinett. It's not a grape. It's not a place. It's a classification. It's a German classification on wine.
Right. So sometimes you got to think outside the box, I had some questions of questioning that we were calling Kabinett a grape, and we never said that. It's all about education and learning, and honestly, on our behalf, being able to get the wine for us to talk about. So yes, there are grape varieties out there that start with the letter K. However, we could not get our hands on them. So that is part of it. But so I am going to hopefully start here with, I'm a little nervous because technology has not been my friend today. But so we're going to start off with general characteristics. Okay. So as we said, all right, Kabinett is not a grape. It is not a region. It is a classification of actually Riesling. Okay, so Riesling is grown in wine regions pretty much everywhere, but it is the dominant grape variety in Germany. So German Rieslings are considered to be the best made, with probably Alsatian wines being a close second. Okay, so when you think Riesling, or high quality Rieslings, it's German and Alsatia. And Riesling is also grown very successfully, like in Austria, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Canada, all over the United States. It's known very much in in the Finger Lakes, in New York, Michigan, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, California. I mean, pretty much it's a happy grape wherever you can, wherever it is. But Germany and Alsatia are the main places. Now, the wine label, holy casmoli, so different than what we are used to seeing in the United States. Once again, we've got the wine region, which is kind of like in France, where the wine region is rather significant. So it is big, but unlike France, there is a producer kind of in the forefront. So that is closer to us in the United States. The vintage is easy. The grape variety, this is Riesling. And then the ripeness is Kabinett, which we will get into. And then this label here actually does have the village and the quality classification, which I will get into, because that in its own right is a whole other massive confusion ahead. I love German Riesling, but it is a confusing category. Okay, so first off, we have, as I said, I think it's a very confusing classification system, but probably because we just don't live there. All German quality wine, which is actually Qualitätsen, falls into one of two categories. QBA, which stands for Qualitätswein Bestimmter, and Anbaugebiete, which is quality wine from a designated area. So QBA. Okay, and I butchered those terms. All right. This is actually the lower quality wine categories in which most German wines are classified. It actually literally means quality wine from a defined region. Okay. These wines must come from one of the 13 specified wine growing regions and contains only approved grape varieties that have ripened to a certain level and display the style and taste of that region. These wines are meant to be consumed young. Then we get to what this slide is, QMP. So QMP stands for Qualitätswein mit Prädikat. and that is quality wine with special distinction. And the levels of sweetness are from driest to the most sweet is Kabinett, Spatlies, Osleys, Baronosleys, ice wine, and Trockenbaronellis. And the way I remember this order is because I always learned in high school that you have to come up with something stupid to remember it by, is Kelly spoke about beer every time. So
That's good. I like that.
thanks. So that's how I remember the order. I can't pronounce half of them, but that is how I remember the order. Okay. All wines carrying this rating are produced from approved grape varieties. They have levels of ripeness that allows the wines made from them to reach a certain traditional level of taste and style. So the nice thing about this is that if you taste each of these levels, okay, from dry to sweet, and you find the level that you like, then you can pretty much go to any store and, okay, I want a Kabinett. You can predict what it's going to taste like. So that makes it nice and easy for you. So you can, if you like Spatlies, then you're going to like this Spatlies, you're going to like this Spatlies, you're going to like this Spatlies, and you're going to be comfortable going into the store and picking up a Spatlies. If you like Trockenbaronel, the Troc, then you're probably not going to like the Kabinett. Okay. So you can play around with that. QBA wines tend to be light, fresh, and fruity, and they are produced, they are produced to also be drunk somewhat young. Okay. I think I'm a slide ahead. Did I miss the QBA? No. Okay. So a little bit about each category. Kabinett is the lightest and least sweet category of Germany's QMP wine designation. Kabinett wines are known for their delicacy. Normal harvest. This I think is kind of cool or really stringent, I guess. The local authorities actually declare harvest day. So
Really?
yeah, so as a winemaker, I get to determine when I pick my fruit. With Kabinett, we don't. They're determining the actual harvest day. Okay. In Spatlies is considered a later harvest, and it is approximately 12 to 14 days after after the Kabinett. Osleys is selected clusters. There's slight botrytis, so it's kind of sweeter, but still technically a dry wine. Baronosleys, I really should learn how to say these terms, are actually selected berries, and that's actually what it means is berry. And it is these grapes are actually infected with botrytis. So they are very ripe. They're always sweet. And you typically are going to find them in 375s, not in 750s. Okay. Ice wine is made from grapes that have been naturally frozen on the vine, making it very concentrated. So it must reach at least the same level of sugar content in the must as the Baronosleys. But the most classic ice wine style is to use only grapes that are not affected by noble rot. Okay, so that's kind of important for the ice wine. And then the last one, which is the Trockenbaronel. I really should have learned how to say these terms.
It's TBA or something like that. Is that the initials?
Yeah. I think that's what it goes by. Yeah. Because nobody can say that word.
Yeah.
These are selected dry berries. They are always infected with botrytis, and you can typically expect flavors of apricot, and they are sweet. When you're picking that up, it's a dessert wine. It is a sweet wine. Okay. Next is noble rot. So this is actually a fungus, and it is what allows it gets into the fruit, and it it's what causes that sweetness level to skyrocket. It is just coming back from Sauternes. Okay, that is what they look for that in the Sauterne. And going back to that, I will say that I have tried Sauterne before and have never ever liked it.
I was
But
going to ask you if you liked it.
I have never had a Sauterne here that I have enjoyed. And in Bordeaux, in Sauterne, yeah, I'll drink that. That
I
was
went to the Bordeaux tasting in New York City,
right.
and I tasted Sauternes, and I absolutely was blown away. I actually ordered some.
Yeah,
Not from the wine tasting, but and I got them. They're smaller bottles, but when you come down, we'll have some.
Yeah, I was blown away because I've had it. I have friends who drink it all the time, and I'm like, all right, give me a little glass, and then I take a sip, and I'm like, why am I even drinking this?
So maybe we should do this for us.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in Sauterne, it was amazing. It was really amazing. So that was another great thing that I learned a lot about it. That things that I didn't know and things that I had a conceived notion about were blown away. All right, so German Riesling in general. Riesling is an aromatic grape variety with flowery, almost perfumed aromas and high acidity, making it one of the most versatile and food-friendly white wines. It is very known to be terroir-driven, which means that the character of the Riesling is highly influenced by its region. Most Riesling, unlike Chardonnay, does not go under malolactic fermentation, and that's what helps to preserve the tartness and the acidic characteristic of the wine that gives Riesling its thirst-quenching characteristics. And Kabinett profile. Kabinett wine is naturally very light-bodied and refreshing wine. Commonly, it is relatively low alcohol levels and is usually dry, trocken or medium dry, halbtrocken for Riesling. Kabinett wine is frequently exhibits apple, vineyard peach, pink, grapefruit flavors while young, and white blossom and pineapple as it gets older. So in my little picture, look, I have the little baby. So when Kabinett is young, you get green apple, the peach, right? And then when it's old, you get that. So I just wanted to use those two pictures. So, and that is my general characteristics of Kabinett.
I'll tell you, finding the history was kind of really interesting.
Really? I'm excited to hear about it. I'm excited to hear about it.
You're going for, it's not a history of a grape. You're talking about the history of a classification.
Right.
And where does it really come from? And how was it, who thought of it? And, it was interesting because
it could go in a lot of different directions. It's easy to get into the so-called rabbit hole on things like that. Like you could just
right. So the history of Kabinett. So Kabinett, that's the Riesling grape right there. As if you can see my pointer thing. is used for a German wine that is made from fully ripened grapes of the main harvest that are picked in September. They're made in a lighter style and they're fruity. And they range, and this was interesting because I always thought of Kabinett as the dry style of the Riesling coming from Germany. But it says it can range from dry to off dry. And I will tell you that the wine that I'm sitting here drinking is off dry.
This has a hint. This has a hint of sweetness, but I think I would still classify it as dry. But
this I would classify as off dry.
Yeah.
And so looking for dry, if you're looking for a dry Riesling from Germany, if you look and it says Trocken on the label, that means it's dry. And also, if they're a member of the International Riesling Foundation, there's the sweetness scale on the back of the bottle that they use to determine, that's the Riesling scale, where it sits. Not all of them have it. The wine that I have does not have the Riesling scale, but does yours?
No, it doesn't. But that's what when you said that, that's why I went, oh, is because like some of them do and some of them don't. But that's why they either belong to that association or
International
don't.
Riesling Foundation, yeah. So the term once implied wine of superior quality or reserve, and was also known as Kabinett, Cabinet, like your cabinet, your cabinet. And it was called Kabinett wine.
Okay.
So, and I guess they shortened it to Kabinett.
Oh, Chateau.
So the term was first used with the Cistercian monks in Eberosch Abbey in the Rheingau region in 1712. And it was used to classify or talk about their best wines. And this abbey was one of the largest monasteries in Germany and was very successful in growing grapes and producing wine in the region. So they were the first ones to use the Kabinett, classification, and that's a picture of the abbey. It looks beautiful.
It sure does.
So here we have no sugar. So in 1971, Kabinett was official. The German law recognized it to apply to wines that are light and I would say fruity and not chapelized. So chapelization is when they add sugar when they're processing and fermenting the grapes. So today it falls into the practice wine category and will contain some residual sugar. However, some may be made in a dry style. And the residual sugar that it maintains is not chapelized. So there's no added sugar in the wine. And I don't think the everyday person will really knows what chapelization is. I think that's a winemaker term, that we know when they add the sugar to the fermentation.
It's also illegal in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
You can't add it in California. You can only add it in the regions where the weather is so cold that they might not get to proper ripeness. But in California, it's illegal.
So I have another slide, but it doesn't seem to be going forward. So
yeah, this says that you're done.
Yeah, so I will slide 4. Obviously I messed up somewhere along the way. So today, for wine to be classified as Kabinett, the must, which is the juice density, must be between 67 and 82 degrees Auschwitz. And oh my God, this slide was so good. It showed the whole, anyway, Auschwitz, and the wine must not be chapelized. So the Auschwitz is a scale that indicates the grape ripeness and the sugar content in winemaking, kind of like a refractometer.
Yes.
And I give an example here, which obviously you can't see because I messed up the slide presentation.
Yep, it's one of those days.
Flatees would be between 76 and 90 on the Auschwitz, and where Kabinett is between 67 and 82. So there is a little overlay between the Spaltace and the Kabinett. And then you have ice wine, which is between 110 and 128, which is made from the late harvesting grapes. So that's pretty much it from the history.
That's kind of cool. It's always the monks.
I know they do everything. They find all these unique and ornate.
They just they don't speak, so they drink. That's pretty much what it is.
So shall we drink? Shall we show everybody?
Shall drink. We shall drink. So just your glass. What's your color?
Mine is more yellow than yours.
Yeah. Mine is very.
I would say more yellow or golden.
Yeah,
So
I'm pale straw. Mine is. Wait, what did you ask me?
What year?
Oh, mine is a 16.
So is mine.
Yeah, it's just how yeah, the
Yeah.
winemaker thing. Um, so again, I have wine gut Giel, okay? And it is made in Rheinhessen region, okay? Which is actually the geographical region, part of the Rhine River. And it's bordered on the west by the Nye River and to the north and east by the Rhine. So this region is three sides, I guess, to the Rhine and then the Nye River. The climate in the area is very mild. The region is ringed by protective hills and forests in the west. Its forested and very hilly countryside is known as the Rheinhessen's Switzerland. So I was like looking at pictures and I'm like, oh, it's like the Sound of Music and that type of stuff. That's pretty much what it looked like there.
Juliana's in it too.
Yeah, yeah. In the north, it's got the Taunus Hills, and in the east, the Odin Forest. And I don't know why, you know how every time I just like names or whatever, I like Odin Forest. So I want to try to figure out how to get to the Odin Forest. Soil types in the region are loess, limestone, and loam mixed with sand or gravel. Um, uh, the soil itself is a red, slaty, sandy clay soil. So like the stuff that turns everything red. In the steep riverfront vineyards of the Nackenheim and the Nierstein and near Bingen, there is actually an area that's got slate. So there's quite a bit of diversity within there, depending on north, south, east, west. The owner of this winery is Thomas Giel. And on February 19th, 1760, Johannes Giel from Selsen married Maria Katharina Zimmermann in Eimsheim. There's not a single thing in that sentence that I know what the heck they're talking about. Since this time, the winery Giel has been managed, and it's now in the 8th generation of the family. The vineyard areas from Mentenheim and Bechtheim brought Hannelore Giel Geb. Again, the words. I need Mike to take me to Germany because I just want to be able to say these words in a place where they are. Reicher into, so they entered into a marriage with Wilfred Giel, which are the parents of today's owner, Thomas Giel. And he was studying for an internship in the domain Niederhausen, which is in the Ney area, for viticulture at the University of Applied Sciences in Geisenheim with a graduation diploma. And since the autumn of 1993, Thomas Giel has also been responsible for the cellar. So basically, zero information on the family other than who married whom, and that it's the 8th generation that he is now finally in charge of the cellar. So
That's pretty cool.
The things I will say is, doing this series, I have found that Americans are very self-centered because when you do a wine and it's from the United States, doesn't matter where, anywhere in the United States, when you go to their website, when you Google them, there is information galore about the winery, about the people of the wine, this person, this person is the winemaker, this person is the owner, this person is behind the counter, this person takes out the garbage, this person does this, whatever. There's so much information. But when we do these wine regions, well, regions are a little different, but when we do these other types of things outside of the United States, when we get to talking about the wine from these regions, there's like no information out there about these people. Like it's
limited. I will say it in some respects it's limited because the wine that I have, it's a young guy is the winemaker and has taken over 3rd generation. And it was just all about him, just as he has this enology degree and winemaking degree.
Right. Like,
You know,
that's it, right?
In America, it's meet my wife and kids.
Right. Right.
You know, this is what I've done. This is where I want to be. This is what I'm striving for.
Right. This, I mean, the whole history, and I hunted and this is a somewhat well-known winery, and all I got was this person married this person, this person married this person. It began in 1760, and today this guy owns it and runs it. So it's like, it's a little, you know, I'd love to promote these places, but it's a little tough when you can't find any information. And I'm not exactly going to call Germany to, you know, or, you know. So that is pretty much all I have. I will say the wine itself is very minerally. It's got a very nice mineral, nice flint. It's got the petrol that you would expect with a Riesling. But it is peachy, and it does have floral, and but it's you know, I think that's the first thing that you get with a Riesling is that petrol.
Boy, listen, pour. So I have to tell you that this bottle that I have a Nick Weiss St. Urban's Hof Bronkenstein Kabinett, and I'll go into the whole thing. I love the coat of arms.
Yes.
And it's the label, it's all embossed.
Oh, very nice. That's big bucks.
Really nice. So when I was researching him, he actually this Kabinett is estate bottled. It's $19.99, and it's 8% alcohol. And here we go with the lineage.
8%?
What?
Did you say 8%?
8% alcohol, yeah.
Holy crap, that's not even wine. I'd be done with that. I'd be done with that bottle in 2 seconds flat. Mine is 10, and I'm going to be through it before the end of
Mine's
this.
8%, but Rieslings like this, they tend to be lower alcohol.
Yeah, well, this is 10. That's low.
Like I said, this has got a sweetness to it. So, Nicholas's grandfather founded the winery in 1947, and it's named after the patron saint Urban the winemaker. We have this is what it said from the website. I never heard of patron saint Urban the winemaker.
No, I haven't. But you know what? I'm going to start praying to him. Sláinte.
There's 40 hectare vineyards, and they have a private nursery, and they're a member of the Association of the German Pratis Winger VDP. So Nick, and actually Nick is kind of cute. Nice German picture on the website. German guy, the blonde hair, blue eyes. So Nick, if you ever see this, I think you're kind of cute. I could be your mother.
Maybe he goes for that.
Maybe. He's third
Paul
generation.
doesn't need to know.
No, I've been to Germany when I was younger, and he reminded me of Klaus. My brother, when he was 3 years old in nursery school, came home from nursery school. We lived in New Rochelle at the time, and he told my mother he made this friend Derek. Derek doesn't speak any English, but he wanted Derek to come over to play, and that created a lifelong friendship with Derek's family. And when I was 16, we all went over to Germany. And Derek had a brother, Klaus. Derek was dark hair. Klaus is blonde, blue eyes, and he reminded me of Klaus. So that's all I can say. And to this day, the family friendship is still there. I will tell you, it's 46 years later. The family. So anyway, back to the wine. So he's third generation. He has a degree in winemaking and enology. Didn't say where, but his whole thing is he's dedicated to producing the authentic Mosel wines that reflect the region. So in 2000, the estate that was founded by his grandfather was accepted into the VDP, the Verband Deutscher Pratis Wing. Yeah, you got it. And I'm German Hungarian. So anyway, his passion lies. Nick is passion lies in the exploration to get the optimal balance between preserving the centuries of tradition that are in the German Riesling and then harnessing the valuable new innovations. This particular wine, the Brockenstein Vineyard, is located in the Saar Valley, which it's also on the southwestern slope, and the soil is mostly made out of hard-weathered, gritty graywack. Now, I never heard of the term graywack. Have you?
I have not.
So I Googled it because, Google knows almost everything.
Everything.
And it's a dark, coarse-grained sandstone containing more than 15% clay.
Oh, okay.
So, and this gives the wine the minerality. The climate there, they get the cooling air from the Hunsrück Mountains, and that flows into the valley. So the wines from this location generally show floral notes and an almost salty minerality, coupled with smokiness of the slate. And they're the probably most distinctive and polished wines that this particular winery produces, especially the classic Rieslings, and they have some leftover in their own residual sweetness. So that pretty much, like I said, it's got a sweetness touch to it. This would taste really well with like Thai food, pad Thai.
Oh, okay. Mine is not as crisp as I would put with that.
See, I think you're thinking of like Finger Lakes Riesling, where they're real crisp and acidic. Mine's not crisp and acidic either.
No, it is not. It is not. But it doesn't have that hint of sweetness that you're talking about that I would then pair with the Thai food. Like I'm talking this specific one.
Okay, so this wine has this beautiful, and I'm not one that really likes a lot of petrol in my Riesling. Like my husband loves it. Paul loves the petrol. But this has like a floral petrolness to it. Mm-hmm. It's not overbearing. There's something floral about the petrol in it. And a touch of minerality you can get past through it. It's like a fresh, I would say white flowers almost also.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I've got white flowers.
And the taste, the flavor, it has definitely some apricot, but it kind of ends in citrus notes.
Yeah, I'm getting peach that then has a little, almost lemon zest on the end.
I get almost a little bit of grapefruit in mine.
Yeah, I've got peach.
I can tell a little bit of the saltiness on the finish, kind of like the aftertaste, like a tinge of saltiness.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
But and it's got a sweetness burst. I would definitely pair this with spice because it would complement it.
Yep.
Definitely see some pad Thai with this.
Oh, tofu.
Too bad tomorrow's Malbec day.
Oh, I can't even deal. Yeah. Oh. All right. Is that it for your wine?
That's it for my wine.
I did not say mine was actually you said yours was $19.99?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was $14.99.
Okay.
So but anyway, so you are up again and you are up with you are up with the food pairings.
Okay.
Now that we've got tofu pad thai on the mind.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I gotta find. Well, I can't find pad thai down here, but that's
You
wishful.
got a restaurant. Make it.
I don't think Gus is a pad thai chef. He's more fine dining. We were talking about caviar and sparkling
Oh,
wine pairings for
very,
a seminar in December.
very nice.
Yeah, yeah. So pad thai.
I love that plate.
I'm telling you, I got to find a place down here that makes decent pad thai. So pad thai is one of the things that pairs very well with Riesling, and it's a spice, and
Right.
it really complements the spice. Can I go next? It's going to go next, and chicken. Just when you think about in general, a chicken, and even maybe in any type of a white type of sauce, a wine sauce, or I would even cook in this with this Riesling with a chicken, sesame chicken.
That's what I was thinking. I was going sesame chicken.
Yeah, sesame
And
chicken. A little bit of
even like General
yeah,
Tao's.
yeah. General Tso's chicken.
General Tao's. Well, I do tofu, but yeah, same thing. But that I can see
They
going
actually
with
do
this.
tofu too for General Tso's.
Oh, they do. I eat it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I order if I go to a Chinese
Yeah.
restaurant. And here we have like squid.
All right.
But then again, it's a spicy squid salad.
This has got
So
some
then here you
jalapenos
have the
in there.
spice, which complements it. And it doesn't have to. It's not. I'm not talking spice like it's going to burn your mouth. I'm
Right.
talking subtle spice where the slight sweetness of the Riesling is just going to complement it, and it's just going to the flavors of both the food and the wine will explode in your mouth.
Right.
And ham. Ham is a really good dish, any type of ham dish to pair with Riesling. So my rule of thumb with Riesling is if it has some sweetness to it, you want some type of a slightly spicy dish because it complements it. The spice, the sweetness lessens the spice, and I'll never forget this. And Paul would probably kill me for even how I remember these things. I can't remember what I did an hour ago. So we went to I'll stop this by presentation. We went to a salsa tasting in Albany. This is years ago, put on by the chili, I don't know, it was something to do with chilies. And because we like kind of spicy food. So he went up and he took he went to taste some habanero salsa. And I was like,
Okay.
Paul, that's really spicy. That's like the top of the chain there. You really don't want to do that. So he took it. When I say like it was like choo-choo and the smoke was coming from his head and
out of his ears.
And I'm like, you need to find a Riesling. You need to find a sweet wine. And all they had there was Corona.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bread, milk.
Oh, he was out of luck.
I love when people then, they drink water for it or, whatever, and all that does is spread it.
So then this should be rules to note, like if you're at a wine tasting or if you're at a wine festival or any type of thing, event where there is food and wine and there are Rieslings or a little sweeter wine and you taste something that's very spicy for your palate, go seek out a sweeter wine and take a sip of that because that will neutralize your palate.
It's a very good rule. Yes, it is. All right. So we are up to fast facts. All right. Fast facts. Here we go. Fact number 1. You know where I'm going, right?
I know where you're going.
Fast fact number 1. Kabinett literally means cabinet. or sometimes cabinet vine, literally meaning a wine set aside in a cabinet, is a German language wine term for a wine which is made from fully ripened grapes of the main harvest, typically picked in September and are usually considered a light style. I really like that kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Fact number 2. Kabinett is the lowest level of Prädikats wine. Hey, Prädikat is actually how you say it, which I don't get how you get that, but Prädikat wine. So limbo, how low can you go? Fast fact number 3. In 1971, the term Kabinett was officially noted in German wine law, and it was given its current definition, which applies to wines which are light and non-chapitalized, which, as you discussed, means no sugar added. Fast fact number 4. The Prädikat wine system is not a sweetness scale, but a ripeness scale, which does kind of semi then turn you back to a sweetness scale, but it really has to do with the ripeness of the fruit at picking. So the Riesling gets picked at a specific, basically Brix level, a specific ripeness level that when it gets picked. And fast fact number 5. The world's steepest vineyard is in Germany's Mosel-Saar-Ruhr region. Look at how steep that is. So I'm pretty sure that they need to be like harnessed when they are harvesting that. Yes,
You
pretty
know what
sure.
we should do a cruise to the Mosel region.
Okay, I'm always willing to go somewhere. All right, Winephabet folks, come on.
Yeah, but we should think about, like, continuing the education and doing travel. Then I can do my whole, because I owned a travel agency for 20 years.
Yes,
so I
yes, you would know. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always willing to go somewhere. Yeah. Mike keeps saying, why are we planning on building a house in Paso when all you ever want to do is be someplace other than your house? Which is true, but yeah. So that is Kabinett, and that is really Riesling. So we need to come up with something different for R. But because I don't want to do Riesling again.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. So it has been a rough day, but we made it through. We made it
next
through.
month we visit Lambrusco.
Yes. That's going to be interesting because it's sparkling.
USCO. I'll tell you, I haven't gotten mine yet. But you can register. You can register here. No, because Paul was supposed to pick it up last week at Pages at
right
at the boutique, and he let me down.
Did you yell at him?
So I told him when he goes back up Monday, he's got to stop at Pages and pick it up. Yeah. And if he doesn't, then I think I have like 2 more weeks to find one.
Right. Well, I have the Lambrusco and I have our M. Menska? What did we do?
Mencia or something?
Mencia. So I have my M. So
yeah, I have my Mencia right here.
So yes. So I'm ready. And we decided what was Nebbiolo, right?
Is that what we're doing? Nebbiolo? Okay. I'm game with that.
I don't know. I promised somebody we would do something, and I think it was Nebbiolo.
Okay.
But I'll double check. But so that is that. So that is Winephabet Street for April. I cannot believe that we are up to the
We're
letter
almost coming on a year too. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L is a year, 12 months. I count on my
Wow.
fingers.
Wow. That's incredible. Which, you know what? We did not bring up our sponsor.
Oh my gosh.
So our sponsor is, that's because we had so much technical
Wink,
difficulty.
wink.
Wink. Okay. Wink Wine is a wine club that you can join, and it is different in the fact that you get to pick 4 bottles of wine, or you let them pick the 4 bottles of wine for you. And you take this nice little quiz that is kind of fun to take because it asks questions that you don't really think about. And by your answers, it gives you a palate profile, and it suggests 4 wines for you. And you can either choose those wines or choose different wines, whatever you want. And if you put 4 bottles or more into your shopping cart, they will cover the shipping for you. And the average bottle price is like $13. There's some up there. There's some that I saw some that are like $40 or $50, I think. But the average price is $13. And if you go to our website, which is, or their website, which is TryWinc, so TRYWINC.com/Winephabet, they're going to give you $20 off of your first order. So that pretty much means you're going to get 4 bottles of wine delivered to your door somewhere in the vicinity of about $30. So it's a pretty good deal. And the thing that I like is that you are not required to get wine every month. So they are really good with giving you notification. Like with all of my traveling, I did not need more wine right now. So I got the notification that they were getting ready to ship the wine. I just went to their website and clicked skip this month. And wham, they skip the month. No penalty, no fee, nothing. You pay for only what you get. So you can accept shipments, not accept shipments. You can make shipments mid-month. You can do, it's very versatile. So again, go to TryWinc, which is TRYWINC.com/Winephabet, and get $20 off of your first order. So get those 4 bottles delivered to your door. If you don't like it, cancel. It's a piece of cake, no penalty whatsoever. So it's definitely worth
And
a
if you
shot.
do like it, let us know. And let us know what you think of the wines.
Yeah, please do. So I've had 3 of their bottles so far, and I've enjoyed them. They're very nice wines, and they're pretty good, with the palate. The 4th one I haven't had yet, so we'll see. But so join, head on over, look at it, no obligation, see what they have, see what it's at least fun to take the quiz and see what they think is your profile, and then see if you agree with what their profile is.
So next month, Winephabet Street's on Monday, May 21st. And we hope to see you all there.
We do. Okay. So have a great night, everybody. Have a great month. And
cheers.
sláinte.
See you next month.
Sláinte.